Whoa. 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 Hello. Oh, there's one quick setting I have to modify. I totally forgot about. Where's the window? There it is. Okay. Mute for me. That's all I wanted to do. Okay. Hi, everybody. It's TK. I was delayed a bit on streaming because I mean I was watching Germa's stream. Like, let's be real. I didn't catch all of it. I did catch when his house caught fire. So that was something. I was really kind of struggling to think of a good game to play on stream. And then I remembered that this is a really good game and that people should play it more. And it just recently came out with a hot new season. Now, if you are a Xbox Live Game Pass member, if you have Game Pass on PC or Xbox, you have a free season pass. So you can get access to all of the unlockables. There's some cool stuff in this. The starting character is super cute. Oh, that has music. Oh, man. Yeah, there's some good, cute characters in this. This guy looks like, familiar in a way that I don't like. There's this guy, who I really dig. He's got a cool sword. But the big thing... Oh, this guy's cool, too, with the bear motif I'm really into. Also, this literal bear. Wink. But the big guy at the end of the season, this cute little robot who I dig a lot. But as you can see, I have this character. That is the armored anima outfit, which I did buy with money. The cool thing that they added with this expansion, or not expansion, chapter is what they're calling their seasons, is that you can customize your cosmetics for each spellcaster. So what I've basically done in that context is I've given all of them their respective artifacts, and as I unlock their movement effects, I'm going to be equipping those as well. But I think that's a really nice touch. Nothing really, like... Nothing really massive, I think, changed. But we're going to be jumping into some single player. I'm going to be going in... Let's start as Toxicologist. Spellbreak. Hey, Aldrich. I was really struggling to think of a game to stream right now. I could be going after the Hitman Elusive Target. I might do that for the weekend. Because the Elusive Target did just release. I work Saturday, but I'm going to try to get in a little stream then of me hunting down that Elusive Target. I think that could be fun. Because Elusive Target missions you can't reset or save in the middle of. And you can't track your target with your, like, black and white vision. Like, it doesn't show up on map or anything. Professional hit person's always fun. Yeah. I really enjoyed that last stream. I was just blazing through that game. But, you know, I looked at this and realized I still had it installed, which sounds, like, shitty. Like, well, I guess I'll play it because it's installed. But, like, no, like, it's a good game. Got it on my Switch, too, and I've played it on Switch occasionally. Though I have not played this season, because I'm a silly fool. I'm always on the lookout for games, though. If you guys ever have any big suggestions or ideas, I'm always keen to hear them out. With Back 4 Blood coming out in October, that's definitely one I'm probably going to play. Close to launch. Alright, let's jump in here. Ooh, my frame rate. Ooh, my frame rate is not agreeing with me. Chess. People stream chess. I'd have to do face cam for chess, so you could see me genuinely struggle. Okay.
Choose your landing point carefully.
I won't. Let's go to the desert. To Garfield. I might have to tweak some graphics settings just to make sure that the stream runs smoothly. But things seem to be a bit better now. Let's F to open things in this game. Oh, combat has started. Robots. Very cool. Okay. So for folks who might not be particularly familiar with Spellbreak, it is a mage battle game. So it's this mode is Battle Royale, but there are other game modes are available. You can modify your gauntlets, and each of your spells and whatnot are modified by each other's elements. Whoa, fuck! I'm trapped in here. Or am I? Where did I go? No, up the rooftop. I'm super dying. Okay, cool. That robot killed that guy for me. I didn't have to try. Why did Google pop up? My phone turned on like I activated Assistant. Epic invisibility rune. Stop! It popped up again. I'm not even saying anything close to the phrase that I'm avoiding saying right now. Oh, more robots. Okay, now I need to move. Where's the circle? Oh, I'm in the circle. Not a ton of loot.
Keep an eye on the storm. It's moving.
There are a couple of different things that you balance. You have your 2 different gauntlets. So your starting equipped gauntlet, and an extra gauntlet that you find elsewhere, which can be any element except for your current one. You also have 3 pieces of armor, which are your boots, your necklace, and your belt. Belt is armor, boots are speed. Amulet is mana, which is that bar under my crosshair there. Your movement and your spellcasting are tied together, so you can't, like, run around while shooting spells. Or you can, but it won't be as efficient, quote unquote. What the f- Well. Rough start for me. I'm getting back into the handle of the game. I'm a little rusty. I'll openly admit to that. I look rusty, don't I? Let's do Pyromancer. Classic fire throw. So each of the gauntlets, if I can find the lobby area is like a bunch of free items that float around. But I'll try my best to explain the different gauntlets as we go. There's fire, ice, earth. Fire, ice, earth, wind, lightning, and toxic. And the elements interact in different ways. So, for instance, with earth, your main attack is this ground slam that shoots up rocks in like a straight line like that. If I burn the ground and it's on fire and then I do it, the entire string is on fire. If I had wind, I could generate a tornado and then set it on fire. Things like that. Let's go to the Ruby Grove. We'll play a couple matches of this and then transition into Dominion. Absolutely decimated. Teleportation rune, I'll take that. The other thing is... sorry, choking on a nut. The other thing is your scrolls. You have mind, body, and spirit, and each one modifies a different thing. As you loot chests, they have a chance of spawning scrolls, and you carry about 3 of them to upgrade them each time. Fortitude gives me a barrier, so I don't take damage. This just increases my raw armor, and this makes me immune to status effects. They're pretty powerful, which explains why, like, getting them fully upgraded is actually a fairly tough thing to manage. Ooh, shit. Okay. Oh, there you are. Oh yeah, each gauntlet has their main ability and their special. The special for Flame is you have the Firewall. Special for Wind is the Tornado. What's his deal? He's playing very slowly. Where'd he go? Alright, generate some armor. Oh, there they are. Are they lagging? Or... That felt mean. New to the game, any advice? I would say just... I mean, like... I just burned myself.
Keep an eye on the storm. It's
I would say
moving
the
in.
main thing you'd want to do is learn a gauntlet. When you start leveling up, you only get fire, but you get your other gauntlets very, very quickly, and you find them all over the map when you start playing in the battle royale. So just find an element that you really, really like, and kind of focus on that. To an extent, just work on getting good with that specific element. Damn it, that could have used that portal. Oh hey. In terms of like overall playing the game tips, just honestly stay within the circle. Don't bite off more than you can chew with skirmishes. Always be looting, and the smaller health and armor pickups activate faster, so they're not going to fill your health bar as fast or as like densely, but what it'll do is just make sure that like you're not at horrible risk of dying. White health potions you can carry up to six of in one of your 4 slots, and you drink them basically instantly, like within a second. So balancing your big heavy upgrade items with like more substantial heals is a good way to manage your inventory and to stay alive a little longer. You don't always need to cap up your health and armor after a skirmish. Boop. The other thing with a skirmish is to never stand still. Even with something like ice. Jump, keep moving. This guy's not standing still. I'm not going to stand still. I can't aim to save my life. I can play this game. Movement is very key. Yeah, absolutely. if you find yourself really liking vertical movement, Wind is a really good gauntlet to go for, because every gauntlet has a passive. So every time you're within a circle, you level up, and it levels up these skills to each gauntlet. One of the skills you get with Wind is that it increases your damage while in midair.
Get moving, Breaker. The spellstorm's coming.
I'm well within the circle, so we're good there. Map awareness is also key, but that's standard battle royale advice. Flight. That's the other thing, too, is when you are learning your... Does that apply to other gauntlets you pick up, or just for wind attacks? I think that's just for wind attacks. But I could be wrong. So that's a cool thing with Fire Gauntlet, is when you hit level 2 or 3, I think, if you run through your firewall, you automatically glide. Which keeps you moving, keeps you mobile. Fire is a very explosive gauntlet, a very blast damage-oriented piece of kit. Woo. Oh god. Okay, that's a good pairing. Ice and lightning is good, because basically just coated that ground in lightning. Follower acquired. Beast 503, thank you for the follow. It is appreciated.
Get moving, Breaker. The spellstorm's coming.
And yeah, no, I think this game is good. It's easy to get buried with how many games exist within overlapping genres. And I don't think that's fair to any specific game. Like, you know, there's a million Battle Royale games, but I think the game modes that stand out in this, besides the Battle Royale, the Dominion's really strong. Like the base capture mode. Really fun. A lot of teamwork and coordination, especially with utilizing gauntlets with your teammates, which I imagine is also a pretty big factor in this game with the team battle royales game modes. Like you can do this in duos and triplets. I don't have a ton of people to play this with. Die, maybe? Die, maybe. Oh my god! Come on, get the camera! No, I'm fine. Pick up the shit. Don't die. Oh, fuck! I'm hardly an expert, as I've just demonstrated. Let's jump in there with rock, because that's my main gauntlet. We'll do a round of rock, and then we'll switch over to Dominion. My least favorite gauntlet? Hard to say. Frost is a good gauntlet that I'm bad with. Because it's sniping heavy. Like, the main attack is a charged single shot. It's like a one-shot headshot, and it's really powerful. I'm super bad with it. Using it as a primary gauntlet, you have a lot of mobility, because you can skate on your own ice trails. Like, you make an ice trail every time you shoot your sniper shot, and you can skate across it. But it's still a gauntlet that I have a lot of trouble with. There isn't one that I think is bad. They all work really, really well together. Like, together with other gauntlets and as your solo gauntlet, or like your starting gauntlet. Overall least favorite, I guess, is Frost by that margin. By, like, it's a gameplay style that I'm not particularly strong with. My favorite combo? For pure raw power, it's got to be fire and earth, which are very burst heavy, very strong. A fun one is wind and toxic. Wind and toxic are a really interesting combination, because if you have toxic as your main gauntlet, you leave puddles of poison on the ground. And if you hit those puddles of poison with your wind attack, with just like your right click, it sends that into a cloud of like gaseous steam. Like just a cloud of poison gas. And it makes it a lot harder to avoid, and it makes for a really interesting, like, 1-2 punch of, like, you spread the ground with the gas, and then, like, you spread it with the wind, and then tornadoes can take on toxic if you shoot into them. Lightning and ice is also a really good combo. There's a lot of good combos. I don't really know what meta is. So I don't really know what's, like, the best possible stuff. What server do you play? I guess I'm US East or whatever region. I don't know if it has specific servers beyond regional. Very squelchy. Glad I could find a channel I could watch and learn from. I am flattered, but I am definitely not a huge font of knowledge. I'm certain there are like YouTube channels with lots of helpful tutorials and stuff like that on good gauntlet combos and the best talents to get once you start unlocking talents. I'm sure there's a lot of under the surface, like deep iceberg levels of complexity with this game that I'm just not paying attention to. And I would recommend, like, with any game, but especially like a game you're trying to learn, is just to
Be prepared to engage
just
the enemy.
search. Like, not necessarily a tutorial, but even just like search a thing that you like in that game. Get, like, for this game specifically, let's go with Spellbreak, Fire Gauntlet, and see like if there's guides, tutorials, best practices, that kind of thing. You seem like a chill person to interact with as well. Thank you. I try to be. I try to talk to chat. I like this level of interaction with Twitch. It's something that you don't really get with YouTube. Yeah, let's grab a toxic. The other major thing to pay attention to, my YouTube and Instagram are linked on my should be linked on my about. I think. Instagram I don't use a ton. It's mostly just like artsy selfies and junk like that. The YouTube at the moment is just stream, like, archiving at the moment. I do want to do some edited videos. I've just been really busy with my day job to do anything crazy. It's E and F keep changing on every game I play. There we go. I do want to do some highlight reels and best ofs and things like that. The main reason being is that all of my streams are all of my content is archive streams right now, and they're like anywhere between 3 to 4 hours long. I think one of the longest streams on there is about 8 hours, and I want to cut that down a bit. Keeping an eye out. Ooh, perfect. The rarity with every gauntlet is just going to determine that it does more damage, more or less. Oh, this is cool. This is still in the game. This was in Chapter 2, but it looks like it's still carried over. When you get a Shrine Blessing, you get the level 1 perk from the skill tree here. On your secondary gauntlet, if it's that element. So I have the Wind Gauntlet. I already got that from the Wind Shrine.
Keep an eye on the storm.
And the Wind Gauntlet level 1 perk is when you shoot, it lifts you off the ground without having to use your hover, which is part of the mechanics of how Wind is all about staying airborne. If you're just going not for elemental combinations, but just for pure skill, the Stone Gauntlet's level 1 ability is you just generate armor for free. So every hit you do, you get 3 armor. So if you take damage mid-fight, you just spam, and you never take damage. And it's made me win a lot of fights that way. Oh, boots. Good. I'm actually going to dump the Wind Gauntlet, because that's a legendary Fire Gauntlet. That's going to do a lot more damage. And I'll grab that large Safeguard Potion. Large. Also, XP is surprisingly quick to earn in this game. Just do your dailies, do whatever weekly missions pop up. You're Gucci. Oh, hey. Nice, yeah. These chest things are also obviously really good to look for. They're always going to have really high-level loot in them. The only big issue is that they're very visible on the map. The big tower icons. Oh, fuck! Exactly as I was explaining it. Like, yep, it's going to make you a big target. Boulder! Where did you go? Where did you go?
Time to move.
Oh, I just missed. Where did you go? I'm gonna kill you. Oh my god. That was a genuinely tricky fight. This vampire-looking ass. Alright, we'll transition over here to Dominion modes. That was really, really close. I can't even be upset. It's Dominion. Teams of 5 to capture 3 zones. Typical stuff. Unranked for now. I'm gonna go into it with lightning. Very practical gauntlet. It's like describing how each of the gauntlets work in a practical sense is like ice is your sniper rifle, toxic's your shotgun, earth is also like a shotgun. It's very dependent on people being easy to hit. Fire is like your grenade launcher. Wind and lightning are both kind of like SMGs, but lightning is closer to an assault rifle. It's a bit longer range, but both are pretty high rate of fire. Looking out for elemental combos is a good move, but sometimes you just need to prioritize just a strong weapon in the situation and just whatever fits the particular fight you're in. That more applies to the Battle Royale mode where you don't get to pick your loot, but in Dominion you actually do get to choose which items you get as you level. The loot system in Dominion works pretty similarly to something like League of Legends, where you get loot every time you die, or you can just choose to teleport back without dying, so you don't have to lose your streak. I am glad to see that this game is continuing on as well. It's still pretty young in its like full release as far as I can tell. And if this is its third chapter in its major like season pass structure, that's pretty cool and still pretty fresh. I know Hyperscape was in its third season in March, and it's kind of just sat there. And I was hoping for news during the Ubisoft Connect conference, and nothing ever happened. And I think Hyperscape is, like, dead. Which is tragic. You'll find, I think, 1 or 2 Hyperscape streams on my YouTube channel in the archives. But for the most part, not a game I play as often as I want to, just because there's not enough there, tragically. Though, you know, ignoring the situation around Ubisoft, which is not a great one, and I don't want to pretend like that's not existent, but putting it aside for the point in this conversation, the team is pretty split on multiple releases right now.
The battle begins. Don't disappoint me, Breaker.
Let's get Ice.
A fair purchase.
Wolf's Blood. Because I know Tom Clancy's X-Defiant is releasing, Riders Republic, and a bunch of other big games are dropping from the studio, so I imagine updating a game that is not doing well commercially is not on the top of their priority list. No matter how badly I want a Hyperscape season update.
Zone captured.
So yeah, it's your typical 3-cap Dominion game mode. With any video game. All right, this is a 2v1. How do you deal with a 2v1? Answer: you die. You die is the answer. Please drink the potion.
Moon Zone has been captured by the enemy.
I did not drink the potion.
Get to it. Your enemies have the advantage. 2 zones in enemy hands. The sun zone is yours. Two objectives in enemy hands.
Broke his armor. Where did you go? I saw movement.
Another objective. Well done. They're winning. Where's that?
Ooh, you're getting me good, partner. Where? Oh, you're on the bloody rooftop. In Dominion, every time someone dies, they drop a scroll. Scroll's good. Need scrolls.
Your enemies have the advantage.
Oh, fuck!
Rune successfully captured.
I missed completely.
Two zones belong to your team.
Whew. Whew. Whew.
Two objectives
Woo.
in enemy hands.
One sneeze and I die. These guys sometimes, but not often enough, drop healing items.
Your enemies have captured the moon zone.
I'm gonna recall so I can buy stuff from the merchant.
Sun zone captured.
Okay. Let's get armor.
Search for greater power. You're
Upgrade my gauntlet.
only one. Two zones in enemy hands.
What did my mouse just do there? Acorn! I'm dead.
Which boon do you desire?
Mana.
Sun zone successfully captured. Two objectives in enemy hands.
This has been a very tricky match. I'm just gonna go ahead and capture the point while they fight.
Your enemies have all zones.
Like, don't mind me. I'm just gonna... You guys got that handled. I'm just gonna... Okay, okay, okay.
This is easy.
I get it. Alright, you're dead. I'm dead. Didn't go great, but
Always happy to aid in some violence.
I'll take that. Your voice is very sexy. The last time I streamed this, I commented that the voice for the merchant reminded me a lot of the voice for Megara from Hades. I never actually followed up if that's the voice actress or not. It's just that kind of breathiness. I can aim.
objective. Well done.
Where are enemies located? Yeah, I can't aim to save my goddamn life. I just electrocuted myself.
Captured by the enemy team.
Wizard battle! Shit. There's this image that comes to mind of it's just an MS Paint drawing called Casting Couch, and it's like a dude dressed as a wizard standing on a couch shooting lightning out of his hands. If you just put Spellbreak on that image, that's this game. Is there an arc to the ice? Like it is like bullet travel. God damn.
Two zones of enemy hit. Only one objective left.
We have lost this game. Looking at that score, we are not in the running here. Damn.
So you wish for greater power. You were wise to come to me.
Yeah, yeah. Closer than I thought.
There's no despair quite like defeat.
Not my best score. What did I rank up? Does that mean I've got the baseball bat? Yeah. I have the frozen baseball bat. Let's just stick with what I know, which is rocks. I know how to smash a good rock. And get my Goron armor. So guys, how are you guys doing in chat? Cleaning. I need to get some cleaning done. This week is basically just like, I mean this week, like there's any week left. But today I worked in the morning and then I ate, zoned out, and then started playing for the stream. Tomorrow, I'm also working in the morning. And then like all of next week, I'm basically working from Wednesday like I'm working Monday.
Victory or death?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Non-stop. Watching German takes a lot out of the day. Everything that happened in that German stream baffled me. I aspire to be that baffling and watchable.
Your enemies have captured the moon zone. Star zone captured.
Give me that. German stream, I think, ended for the day, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, I stopped watching when it went to white screen and a countdown.
The advantage is yours.
I don't know if it started up again, or if it's still going.
Another objective. Well done.
I just remember that
You have the advantage.
his house caught fire, and he got thrown out of a window. Thank you for the stay hydrated reminder. That goes for everyone in chat. Remember to drink water, especially here in the sweet heart of summer. Tomorrow's his last
Dominate
Dollhouse
the
stream.
battlefield, I see.
What is he doing this for?
Star zone has been captured by the enemy.
Good, healing items. I mean, like, what is German doing this for has always been my question.
9 minutes.
He's done a lot of strange streams over the years.
Sun zone has been captured by the enemy.
Yeah, doing it for funsies.
2 zones belong to it.
I wonder how much of it is him wanting to, or how much of it is him backed into that corner, into that niche of, I guess I'm the self-torture Twitch streamer now. You know what I mean? Like, is this what he wants for himself? I think my favorite example of, like, he was doing that, he was doing a stream where he was, like, excavating rocks.
2 objectives
And one guy in the chat said next game, and he just looks around at, like, the giant, like, excavator in the middle of the desert, and he just goes, like, yeah, let me go boot up Yakuza.
Two zones in enemy hands.
I mean, I already have plans to do a big stunt when I hit 100 followers on Twitch. I'm going to do my 24-hour live stream. And then explain to my boss when I come in the next day at work that sorry I'm late. I stayed up for 24 hours straight raising money for charity.
They're moving. Where's that breaker defiance?
That is something I'm genuinely looking forward to doing. Like, as daunting as a task it is,
Your enemies
I
have the
want
advantage.
to do it. I'm actually gonna lay out some follower milestones at some point for different follower goals. I'm trying to think of big things that I could do for each step.
2 objectives in enemy hands.
There is one idea I have for a stream, but it involves an expensive purchase.
Objectives all lost. Does it sting?
Does it sting?
Moon zone successfully captured.
I'm all close range.
Take what's yours.
Boop. Yeah, there's one particular idea I've had for a live stream for a while that is in the back of my mind that I want to do. And it involves a shock collar.
Another objective. Well done. Don't waste it.
The basic premise is that I would play, like, I don't know, insert generic shooter here, but every time I die, I get electrocuted. Or if I could figure it out, I would integrate Twitch into
Star zone successfully.
the shock collar remote, so that Twitch could control whenever I get shocked.
Star zone captured by the enemy team.
I somehow didn't get hit by any of that.
Two zones in enemy hands.
Damn.
Have it in their mind. Sun zone captured by the enemy team. The moon zone is yours.
Knowledge. If anything that is happening on screen is super confusing, I can take a second to explain it. I had to make sure my client side's in there. Welcome back. Woo!
Sun zone captured.
Woo. Woo, $500 fine. Got him.
High ground.
Oh, that's multiple boys.
Enemy team is pulling.
Okay. Tie game. I died trying to read the scroll.
So you wish for greater power. You were wise to come to me. 2 objectives in enemy hands.
Really, really close match.
All 3 zones
They've all been
belong
pretty
to enemy
close.
team.
Ooh. I know where you are. And I know where you're going to be. I know your every move. You can't beat me! What rune would you recommend in Dominion?
I'm going to win at this right now.
There's a bunch of different runes that you can run. There's the one that revives you after you die is really powerful, but I don't see it a ton. The one I'm currently using is Health Steal. So like health on hit, which is good to keep you in fights. Throw a rock. Throw 2 rocks.
The enemy team has captured all zones.
But generally, runes are a hard thing to account for.
You lost.
10 kills.
Such a pity.
Top of the goddamn leaderboard. Ten kills on the board right now. Yeah, let's go with toxicity. Maybe one of these days I should play. Maybe I should play Fortnite, unironically. This game I'm on the most for now, really. Spellbreak might change that. Well, always keep your options open. I haven't messed around with the imposters mode yet. But I think the thing that I found the most interesting about the imposters mode to me was the lore and how it expands on that. Like, yes, it's an almost blatant Among Us clone. But, you know. Only been playing Fortnite for the past 2 years. I've been off and on. I was one of those people that bought the game at launch when it was a horde survival game. When I used to own Save the World. Battle Royale didn't click with me for a while, but then I got it on Switch. And, like, the most fun part to me about playing Fortnite on Switch is that you matchmake in lobbies against other people on Switch and people playing on mobile, which means that you don't have to deal with as many people doing ridiculous builds, which I can't really keep up with. I'm a bit of a boomer in that sense, where I just cannot learn how to build in Fortnite. I'm happy to get into gunfights. I don't understand how to get like rapid building done. It boggles my mind.
Time for some entertainment. Goblins guide you.
Call me a tryhard, but I'm still bad. I'm the same way. Well, I mean, with a game like this, aim is a bit more forgiving with a lot of projectile-based attacks. Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Your enemies have captured the mountain. Sun Zone successfully captured. Sun Zone's in the mountains.
Well, I just straight up died. I don't know what happened there.
All the objectives in your hands. Start.
I was really enjoying Apex as well. I did one stream of Apex. I haven't really played it since.
Star Zone.
I think I just kind of fell off of Apex just because it's not as easy to play casually, if that makes sense.
Get to it.
Like, this game and Fortnite... Damn, one hit. This game and Fortnite both have a solo queue, which makes it a bit easier to, like...
Objectives and enemies.
And the fact that they're both on Switch makes it really easy for me to be like, I'm going to play this in bed for a few hours. But I really like Apex's gunplay. I respect its mechanics, obviously. Okay, so he has that immunity rune.
Star Zone successfully.
Traded, I
Always
guess?
happy to aid in some violence.
Added arenas mode for quick fights. Yeah, arena's really fun. But I guess it's the same thing with me and Siege, where I'm not particularly crazy about permadeath game modes and shooters. Like, I'm not a crazy search and destroy player in COD or anything like that.
Captured by the enemy.
Like, it doesn't detract from the fun. It's just
The
that
Sun Zone is yours.
I die a lot. So it's a lot of me watching other people play good. I'm a reckless person when it comes to playing games. I'm very like this. Oh yeah, Rogue Company. Rogue Company's pretty fun, but I had a very very toxic experience my very first match. A lot of getting yelled at on mic.
Rune in mind.
But an interesting game. I really like the character design and the gunplay of Rogue Company quite a bit. I'll yell at them.
The Star Zone.
Yeah, it's just the kind of thing that happens with any shooter. It's why I usually disable voice chat in most games. It's stuck in my head.
The Moon Zone is yours.
How old is that kid now, do you think?
Two zones in enemy hands.
The other thing that I was watching recently is like a friend of mine has gotten back into Destiny 2, and it's making me kind of itch for it again, just simply because the PvP in Destiny is really, really solid. It's amazing gunplay. It's Halo gunplay, but with tons of stuff on top of that. The only real thing is like the grind and the RNG and having to buy the expansion and every season pass has kind of stopped me from fully jumping in, but it's still like watching it get played again just reminded me that it's like it's still good. It's just so expensive. I can't believe I'm getting yelled at in a beta that came out half an hour ago. Oh, what are you playing?
Another objective. Well done.
Or is this more like an example? I'm just Dembo moments.
2 objectives in enemy hands.
Woo. Woo. Damn!
Which Rune do you desire? Moon zone captured.
This stream will be a little shorter,
2 zones. In
just as
enemy
a straight up heads up. It's gonna be a little shorter than my usual streams, just because it's later. I messed up on that part. Also, because I'm blanking on games. What's your usual times of streaming? Every Wednesday and Friday, 5 to 10 Eastern is usually when I try to stream. Work schedules have made that difficult recently, but I still try to stick to those days, those times. Like, this week and next week I'm working
The enemy
Friday
going to do
from, like, 9 to 5, basically. And this upcoming Wednesday, I'm closing. I'm working 5 to 10, so I won't be able to get a stream in at all.
always happy to aid in some violence.
I was hoping to get a stream in earlier in the week. Bunch of free time at work. Very cool. No, yeah, absolutely no pressure to watch every single stream. Just when you're available. I try to get streams in on different days as well. Posted on Twitter, which should also be linked below. I usually update when I'm dropping streams spontaneously. That was not my best game. Let's jump back into Battle Royale for a little bit more. I'm gonna stick as Toxicologist because I really enjoy it. The one thing I will say for sure is you can look forward to a lot of Halo when Infinite drops. My feed is oversaturated with Fortnite streamers, so it's a new breath of fresh air to watch you. I really appreciate that. I play a variety of games. I jump all over the board to whatever is, like, grabbing my attention. You know, it's, played a bit of Ooblets, playing Hitman now. Before Hitman, I was doing a long play of Watch Dogs Legion. Little things like that. There's a couple of other single-player games that I really want to dive into. The 2 main ones that I want to tackle on the stream is Night in the Woods and Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive and Night in the Woods are two of my favorite games of all time. And Night in the Woods just makes me cry a whole bunch. And Sunset Overdrive is not being cooperative with my monitors or my computer. I can't get it to run at a reasonable resolution or get it to run on stream. So that's going to be a bit before I can get that one figured out. When Halo drops, I'm going to be playing a lot of that. Absolutely. Just goes to show about what little knowledge I have about other games. That's totally fair. I mean, Sunset Overdrive was a pretty overlooked game. It was like an Xbox exclusive in 2015. It came out on Steam a couple years ago. But if you are at all familiar with the Spider-Man PS4 game, it uses the same engine from that game. And it's basically the gradation, like if you're looking at a gradient and one end is Ratchet and Clank and the other end is Spider-Man, Insomniac Spider-Man on the PS4, it's exactly in the middle. It's got the movement mechanics and the flow, and but it still has the gunplay of a Ratchet and Clank game. It's really cool. If it ever goes on sale on Steam, I recommend it. And even off sale, I think it's about $20. It's also on Game Pass. If you happen to use that. Landed next to each other. This is the interesting part about this game compared to other battle royales, is that you start with a gun, essentially. So immediately landing and getting into a fight gets a lot more intense. Just trying to think of other games I'd really want to play on stream. Jet Set Radio, I'd really be into. That's also a favorite of mine. If I could find a really good emulation of Jet Set Radio Future, I would love to play that as well, because I've never played it. It was an original Xbox title. And then, of course, Team Reptile, the guys behind Lethal League, are dropping the spiritual successor to Sunset Over, not Sunset Over, to Jet Set Radio with Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, and I'm really excited to play that as well. Just got myself a gaming laptop, but I use a PS4 controller on it. That's totally fine. I'm a big nerd playing video games since I was God, how old? Since I was 8. Probably played games when I was younger, probably closer to 6, but I didn't know how to play them. I was just going on my brother's 100% save on Ocarina and running around with the sword, chopping up grass. You know, youngest sibling syndrome, you really don't get to play games. You just get to watch your brother get mad at them. How I experienced the entirety of Metal Gear Solid 1 and Final Fantasy 8. Oh, damn, yeah. Can't imagine a family that big. It must have been
No time to hesitate.
really hectic house. I feel like I'm heading towards something specific. But I don't remember what. Because my brain is just goo in my skull. Oh, yeah. Whew. Not dead. Armor. Armor now. Nice chatting. Definitely stop by again once you're streaming. Really appreciate you stopping by. Have a good day at work, Beast. Always happy to see new names in the chat. Ooh. Don't see anyone. Okay. I wonder if there's mythos connection with potions being red. Or if it's purely video game design, or if it's like based in a reality. A reality. As opposed to our reality. You know what I mean? Like, I'm wondering what the etymological origins of the health potion are. Because, like, obviously there is the alchemist and the apothecary, and how they're treated as essentially medical experts of their day. That straight up fucking died. But I want to know where the correlation between a health potion and the color red came from. And I guess you could link it to blood, or the assumption that, like, red things are good for you, but also it's probably blood. If you were really to boil it down to a like, not to make too fine a point on it, it's probably blood. Because when I think of liquid that heals you, I think of Pepto-Bismol. My Cool Kids RPG, my Earthbound style modern day RPG makes all the health potions Pepto. Because your character is secretly suffering from IBS. Anytime you're not on screen, you're in the bathroom. I mean, that's relatable. To me. but like, you know, it is interesting to me the origin of design when it comes to like what is now a trope in games. Like the rarity system. Like this. World of Warcraft is probably responsible for popularizing this ranking system from white being common to green, blue, purple, and like orange or yellow or even red as the top of the food chain. And its popularity started with World of Warcraft, but I'm sure games have used it before then. And just how it's intrinsic now. Any RPG has this color ranking system. Any game with a loot system utilizes the same structure. It's just standard. So I wonder how often that might have happened with like anything, like your typical fantasy potions, your color coding for the elements, your, you know, everything like that. Truth be told, when you think about a lot of things that are related to fantasy, 9 times out of 10, it's probably tied back to Tolkien in some way in Lord of the Rings. For better or worse, he has basically defined fantasy. I'm not going to flaw him for it or say that it's like a bad or silly thing. It's just how it went. There's definitely some criticisms to be made vis-a-vis representation of marginalized groups, but you know, there are lengthy discussions that happen with more logical people than me, more well-spoken folks than me, who've dived into the topics of like the presence of race in fantasy and like the metaphor of race in fantasy, what is usually associated with something elven or dwarven. Or even orcish. Just these things that are heavy-handed. Intrinsically violent. Yeah, things like that. Or superiority complexes, greed. That was a big thing with the dwarves in the Lord of the Rings that a lot of Jewish folks I know criticize, is that they are stereotyped as people with large beards, big noses, and a love of gold that live underground. It's not a very positive representation, and it could be easily interpreted as anti-Semitic. Whether it's intending to or not, it is interpreted in many ways as being that.
Time to move. The spell storm's closing.
And, like, that's the other thing, too, is that, like, I don't think any fantasy writer goes out of their way to make something intrinsically racist. Some might. I'm not going to say that I've met some people on the internet, but I think, given the benefit of the doubt, a lot of these things just tie back to tropes that, in and of themselves, were not written in kindness. And it's important to criticize those tropes and those bits of our nature, and to recognize what those are and what those mean. And to just be careful. My favorite recent deconstruction was I'm in a Dungeons & Dragons group, and one of my friends plays an orc who fucking loves tea. And I just love that subversion of having a very aggressive character love something that is so specifically, like,
the Aegis
like
like
generally referred to as something that is delicate or time consuming.
But why are they running amok now?
Oh, story. That was also another thing I was trying to be careful with in my setting as a DM in Dungeons & Dragons, is just being careful. Oh yeah, stuff that is subconscious, like... I think, I thought too long of the word conscious. That's totally understandable. But there is some stuff that people put in their work unintentionally. And I think that comes off in, like a topic I was about to bring up, which is trying to use fantasy to tell a story of a marginalized group by utilizing a fantasy race as said group, which needs to be done carefully. If you're gonna road the toe, you need to make sure that you are doing that with the utmost care and understanding of the marginalized group, or it's just gonna come off as really bad. Rode that toad. And most of the time I would say it's probably not worth doing. Like, if you're gonna talk about an allegory in a struggle like that, don't use someone's race as a prop, and don't try to transform a fantasy race into an allegory for a real one. Like, you remember that movie Bright? Starring Will Smith? About how he was a cop in a fantasy world, and all of the orcs were totally not people of color? You could handle that better. Because, like... Oh, shit. One of the main things that I was going to point out is that it's okay in some contexts to use cultural references and cultural touch points in relation to your personal fantasy world. Like if you're writing for fantasy or role-playing in a fantasy world. One of my favorite examples of that is a story I heard on Tumblr where somebody was hosting a game group for their high school. And it was difficult for some of the ESL students to play. So what the person did was integrated Spanish as the equivalent to elf, like Elven, so that the students who spoke better Spanish could still play the game and fit into the world in a really neat way. And, you know, if players didn't understand it, they didn't understand Elvish. And, like, that was a core inspiration for me, is just being careful with your integration of specific parts of someone's culture. I play with a variety of people in my D&D group, and I always check in with them, like, I want to use this specific aspect as a racial thing for this game, and like this aspect of culture, so that like it better relates to you as a player in this setting. Like, one example of that is one of my friends who was playing in that session. It's sadly on hiatus at the moment. But one of my friends is a Dragonborn. And I had noted that, like, wouldn't it be cool if, because they are native,
Where shall we
if
land
I
today,
used
Breaker?
native syllabics as the kind of written language of Dragonborn. Because when you think of dragon languages, it's always in a syllabic style. Like the dragon language in Skyrim is a classic example. So just twisting that slightly. The big thing is, if you're going to do stuff like that, always check in with your players. Always ask. Always make sure shit's cool. Don't cross the line. I make sure to, if you're going to try to do anything culturally significant like that, ask. But yeah, Bright was terrible. I watched like 10 minutes of it, and it was fucking awful. You AFK, bud? Where's my emote wheel? I don't think I can use it in here. Is this mean? I'll wait for him to get back. If he moves, I shoot. Alright, he had his chance. I keep almost drinking paint water. Move it. They're not in the same cups, are they? Like, they're not in similar cups, I mean. Like, to the thing you're drinking that isn't paint water. I don't even have a water cup. It's just a cup of paint water. That's how the real artists do it. They drink paint.
Get moving, Breaker. The spellstorm's coming.
just looks yummy. I mean, it does. I'm guilty as anyone of watching those Instagram videos of like paint mixing and just thinking like that looks so good. I would eat this paint if I was legally capable. Just pudding. Colorful pudding. It's like the fucking whipped cream shit in Hook. You know, it's a candy. I realized that Hook reference was a fucking stretch, and it's dated me significantly. That sounded like danger. That was danger. Have a rock. I can't believe I hit him. I was so distracted by trying to make the sound that I didn't realize that I hit him. Am I safe in this house for a second? While I, What? The hell's this move? Control gives you, like, this dash? That's so cool. I don't remember Hook. It's a, you know, like an 80s Robin Williams movie where he plays adult Peter Pan. But there was this whole scene where he goes back to Neverland. Oh, God. Gotta stretch. There's this whole scene where he goes back to Neverland. And, Rufio, who's played by Prince Zuko, he's, like, the new leader and sits everyone down to a feast. And there's no food. And they explain, like, you gotta use your imagination. And then Robin Williams starts imagining food, and it becomes real, and it's just like this, like cream pie, but it's rainbow colored. Studied magic for years to learn how to move forward a wee bit. Whoosh. I'm sure that's what real magic learning would be like. If learning magic was like learning a language in high school. Like, yeah, I learned pyromancy, and I took pyromancy as an elective in high school, but, like, you know, it's been so long since I've used it. I'd probably only be able to do like a little fire, you know? Zoom was a movie, you say? I'm afraid to search up the movie Zoom. Oh. Midair with the boulder. It had a guy, the actor who was a guy, and it was about superheroes who found family. And every time I hear that song goes, "I can be your hero, baby," I think of that movie. I love that. There are 9 players left, including me. Oh.
Head inwards. The spell storm is moving.
Reload! 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 Oh my god. Oh, that's the spell storm that I just flew into. Drink. Drink. 5-hour energy. Less like a drink, more like a drink. I reference that so much that I feel like it stops being a reference to a French Prince of Bel-Air YouTube poop and just starts being a reference to my own streams. Eat the scroll. There's a fucking Skyrim mod that added chewing sounds to tomes that you could, like, to spell tomes. They're doing another fucking Skyrim re-release. And the worst part is that I don't own Skyrim on PC, so I'm probably gonna end up buying. What is there to re-release? Nothing. The game's just like... The developers are just like, I guess we'll put it out for a 10th time. Oh, I thought it was a free upgrade.
Get moving, Breaker. The spell storm's coming.
I know it is for console. I don't know about... Oh, I died. I don't know about PC, but I assume so. Oh, she's cute. I assume it should be, because other times they've done, like, enhanced editions, Steam has been good about honoring them. I think the only problem is that Google says free. Nice. The big update, and the main reason why I'm excited for it to get re-released at all, is fishing. They added official fishing. Now Skyrim is playable. I did stretch. That's what MILF stands for. You're kind of cute, though. All about this guy, though. It's just me. Milt. Man, I like time. Furry COVID mask. See, one of the robots is unlockable, but I want to play as those ones with the single glowing red eye. But I do like this skin of a spooky green ghost in a suit of armor. Kind of looks like me. There's gotta be an emote wheel. I think it's H. Oh, it's J. G. I've always loved lightning as a superpower. Just lightning as a magic in general.
Be prepared to engage the enemy.
Last game of this, and then I'll jump back to a couple of matches of Dominion to end this out. But it's nice jumping back into this game after a wit. In my brain, I was trying to say a while and a bit at the same time, and it came out as a whit. It's a good game. Happy to be playing it again. A good excuse to get back into it is to play it on stream. It's a good excuse to play any game. I am getting pelted by robots. No. Okay. Open the chest. Eat the paper. If people have been following me since I started streaming, there was a series that I did as I was hitting Twitch affiliate that made me Twitch affiliate. Called Brungle the Punch Mage, where I played through the entirety of Oblivion. And I think the 18.3 release of Skyrim is a good excuse as any to bring Brungle back from the dead and mess around with some more mods. But what I might mess around with a bit more in that sense is probably a character with more creative freedom.
Get moving, Breaker. The spellstorm's coming.
Because Brungle the Punch Mage was basically an expert in hand-to-hand combat and magic. which meant that all I could really do was punch things and throw spells. I think it would be a bit more interesting to generate a character within that ethos with a bit more complexity. Stop attacking me. I was reading! Story! The lore! Alright, let's jump into some Dominion. I am, to be clear, like, I'm always on the lookout for games. I will take literally any suggestions. Rory, I've written down all of yours. The next Mario Golf tournament, I'll make sure to stream. I didn't this time. But every month... Oh, you suggested a bunch of games. Namely... chess, Minecraft. I wrote all of those down. I know there were jokes, but I'm still considering them. Great games, very small communities. But to explain my point with Mario Golf on the Switch is every month they're doing a tournament to unlock new characters when they drop. And they dropped one out of nowhere for Yoshi recolors, and I played through that. And played through the new levels of New Donk City, which were pretty fun. I might do that on stream at some point in the future. The Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes. I've been curious about them. Resident Evil is always a franchise that I've appreciated, but I've always been very much a fan of the fixed perspective Resi games, like the old ones. I think the games I watch most of just random other streamers are the Trucking Simulator and Stardew, just because you can vibe and talk about whatever. The remakes are good in their own way, though. Yeah, that's true. The other things I don't really know. I might knock into those. Maybe for Halloween, do some horror games. Play through the Resis. But yeah, I like the idea of doing something vibey. It's why there was a game I played a while back called Dwarf Romantic, which was like a kind of a board gamey style game that was just really chill to play and to just talk with chat. You know. Thank you for the stay hydrated reminder. Goes for everybody. Drink water. Or not Acorn. Don't drink that paint water. Wasn't a lot of romance, though. That is true, unfortunately. It's in early access, though. They have more time to add romance. Don't drink paint water. Come around November or so, I think Forza Horizon 5 will be releasing, and that's definitely a game I want to play that's going to have a lot of just chill open world driving. Obviously, there's going to be, like, races and stuff, but I'm still going to want to talk to chat and just drive around and look at how pretty virtual Mexico is. I know real Mexico is very pretty. I just can't afford to go there right now. Plus COVID. When I can figure out the filming setup. Man, could you... Okay. What if there was, like, somebody doing streams that was, like, speed dating? Where, like, every random person in chat has a chance of being called on Discord in, like, a private call. And you've got to... You, like, basically go on a... Like, a 5-minute date with the streamer. I feel like it's a lot of pressure if you're in front of an audience. But speaking of Discord, and while I'm waiting for the queue to pop, I'll use the bot. Like love or host, but your own fans. Yeah, exactly. It says it's invalid. Might have to make a new Discord link. Invite people. This link might work. It work. I'm gonna have to rewrite the bot when I get the chance to update the link. This queue's taking its dear sweet time. Oh, I got the fire one. Oh, I should equip that to Pyromancer. An error occurred while matchmaking? Nobody's playing Dominion. Alright, let's get a couple more Battle Royale modes in. Let's stick with Pyromancer. I need to go back to that workshop because I died while I was looking at the workshop and it didn't count. You know what I'd love to stream again too is Fuser, which I've streamed before in like private calls with friends and stuff, but I've not done a big Fuser stream on Twitch in a while. I think I did before I was saving VODs, but I'd like to pick that up again because it's a fun game to stream, and I know a few people who I play with who are super fun to do like co-op with. Co-op in that game is pretty interesting because you basically have a set amount of time on a set, and you just pass the torch to the next person and they have to do a set. If you like that kind of thing, I would look into the fellow streamer Fawnin, Fawn1N. Does a lot of GTA 5 roleplay streaming, but also occasionally some rhythm games, and Fuser is among that list as well. Super chill dude. Played a few games with him, hell, recently as well. Occasional guest on my streams. He's shown up quite a few times playing Knockout City, the dodgeball game, which is another game I should play some more on stream. I just got to team together and do some sweaty ranked. Oh, very interesting. Volition Studios updated the website for Saints Row. They're announcing stuff on Wednesday. I'm now in your Discord and I will not leave. Discord's an open space to hang out, and it's mostly where I post announcements and news, and there's a few emojis in there. Holy shit, we got a game. I encourage anyone who watches my streams to jump in there, because if I'm not updating on Twitter, I'm talking in there. It's a space I created as well, just because I didn't want to overwhelm other servers with my constant announcements that I'm streaming. Incidentally, I still do that, because in like a good 5 or 6 servers I'm in, there's a channel specifically for promotion of each other's Twitch channels. So every time I start up a stream, when you see that loading screen and you hear the Earthbound music, that's me just like frantically linking my Twitch across multiple different Discord channels. Oh, they're not even strictly promotion channels. It's just like a couple of them are other official Discords for my friends' streams, or just like places my friends hang out. But there is a dedicated channel in there that just says like self promo. So people post their art commission links or classifieds and, you know, videos. And I had a friend who promoted her album through that, which was pretty cool. Oh, there's confetti? That's amazing. This is the best emote. I read...
Choose your landing point carefully.
I read that as Garfield. Gritfield. You won't kill me in a way that matters.
Magical workshop under our noses this whole time. This must be
Hope you have a good rest of your stream. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out, as always. I appreciate seeing friends pop up in the chat. No. 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 It was a 3-minute queue to get into a match. I refuse to die. Oh. Well, your outfit's cute, so you get a pass. One last game.
We finally have a name and origin for our new
Story. Oh shit. Super speed. But yeah, a lot of exciting games coming out. It's kind of funny where I'm in that state where there are games that I want to be playing but I can't because they're not out yet. Follow. Oh. That is not. Oh. Hey, Victor. Thanks for dropping in. Oh my god. All this lightning is killing my frame rate. Oh shit, it's this Tuesday? I'm really interested in that too. I shouldn't be, because history has shown that
Be prepared to
Alien
nudge
games
them.
have not been the best. But I am I am curious about it. I like the 3-player team makeup. I think that's an interesting, like, it's so weird for me to say that. That's like, oh, that's a weird, cool twist on the co-op genre to remove a player. But it does change the dynamic of your team a bit. It also makes it an easier sell. Because instead of having to buy 3 copies, you just need to buy, or instead of needing to buy 4 copies, you just need to buy 3. 2 hands to hold. I did watch a preview video on that game, and one of the things that I saw that was kind of cool is that when you play with bots, they're the working Joes from Isolation, which I think is a really cool touch. Sounds spooky. I haven't heard of a new Alien game. Yeah, it's like it's a 3-player co-op shooter. So I guess if you were to call Alien Isolation the Alien game, this... Oh, future content is free, so paid cosmetics only. That's amazing. I don't remember what it's called. It's like Squadron Elite or something. Elite is in the title somewhere, I think. But it's closer to Aliens with a plural, the sequel, where, you know, Aliens Fireteam Elite. Thank you. Like, Alien Isolation is all about dealing with one xenomorph and being terrified because you're not equipped to fight back against it. Fireteam Elite is about just shredding them. just fucking shred them. It does look like there's a decent amount of enemy variety, though. There's, like, special xenomorphs to fight. The acid blood alone. Like, the mechanic of acid blood makes fighting them a lot trickier in close range and, like, most encounters, because, you know, the ground's covered in acid. That's gonna make fighting harder, generally speaking. But also, like, I think the working Joes are enemies as well. Just like in Isolation, just occasionally you run into hostile robots and other things like that. And just variety in enemies in an Aliens game is like, it's probably not what you signed up for, but it's definitely welcome. Don't die first. There we go.
Get moving,
Eat my
Breaker.
ass nice and clean.
Snowstorm's coming.
Alright, heal, 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 heal. I hear footsteps. Yeah, there was footsteps. He followed me! Oh, it was a robot. Drink. Drink. Oh, hey, Blair. Not dead. That's what's important. Oh, he did follow me, you son of a bitch. Where did you go? Amazing. All right, eat the pop rocks. Get the armor from the pop rocks. I'm really good at hitting enemies that stand perfectly still. Oh god, this area of the map. So the sky gets foggy immediately when you enter it. And it's not very easy to see things. It is easy to see that. How did I miss? Like a big circus clown.
The spellstorm is coming.
Got him though. Oh, beep up, boop up, beep up, pop up. Oh, biscotti. Okay. Getting into gunfights. Getting into magic fights gives me a heart attack every goddamn time. Oh, what if that did get him, though? Just keep moving. The safety of the circle. You know what? I'd rather have wind than frost. Alright, I'm still in this. Still in this. Oh my god! Give me the boots.
Keep an eye on the storm. It's moving in.
Keep an eye on the storm. It's the storm. Where did you go? Where the fuck did you go? I hear you. There you are, you son of a bitch. Burn to death. Burn! Where the hell did you go? Oh. Shoot the fireball. Whoa! How am I still alive right now? How did I survive that bullshit encounter? Alright, eat your medicine. He knows I'm here. There's no way he doesn't. Got him.
Got him.
Okay.
Head inwards. The spell storm is moving.
Alright, all top. Legendary necklace. I have a chance of winning this match. Saying that out loud has jinxed me. But there are only 6 people left, and the circle is this small. So there's a good chance that these 6 people are all hanging out. Yeah. They're all hanging out right here. I just dashed into a wall like an absolute buffoon fool. Get back here. You son of a bitch. You think you're so clever.
Get moving, Breaker. The spell storm's coming.
Alright, legendary toxic gauntlet. The wolf sound means that he knows where I am exactly. You can see me through walls and shit. As wolves are known for their sight through walls. Holy shit. Alright, get that. No time to pick shit up. Can I read this? Can I read this before I die? Yes. Four wizards. I am one of them. Just need to keep moving. Never stop moving. We do our little dancey dance around the tower. Fucking, okay. Last, final three. Eat. Eat pant. Get armor. The other person's healing. I can hear them. Legendary Featherfall. I'll take that. Maxed out on my scrolls, so I'm good there. Are they higher up? The tower. Oh! They are. Okay, and in the tower. In the tower. We are... Okay. He's got me, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Damn. It's a cute skin. Seven kills. That was a really intense fight, though. It was basically, like, narrowed down to the top of that tower. Just non-stop fire, non-stop toxic energy. But I think that is going to do it for me tonight. I'm cutting it short. Normally I'd go a little bit longer, but I also started a little later tonight. I'm going to try to get in a stream tomorrow of the Hitman Elusive Target, because looks fun. Might do a variety of games. Try stuff out. Just do a little hangout. But there will be Hitman. It'll be a difficult game. I'll get my quick stretch in here while I tell all of you guys thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Be sure to check out a bunch of other channels. Actually, why don't I open up my stream manager? I want to see who is currently live. Nobody I know, unfortunately. There's a few fun, channels I follow, but they're like in the thousands of views, so they don't need my help. Usually at the end of a stream I like to raid somebody, but nobody's on, so it's fine. Thank you guys for hanging out and for being cool and talking in chat. I really enjoy doing this. You're all wonderful people, and I look forward to seeing you the next time I stream. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. And good night.